Hey everybody, it's Edwardo here with your DraftStream call sheet review and weekend preview. And yes, we've got the usual suspects up the top. But look what's going on here! Looks like 10 people all within less than 100 points of the top spot early here this Thursday evening. It's anyone's ball game, but honestly, although it looks like I am getting smoked at the beginning, but I'll go into my call sheet a little later. It's the usual suspects. Gamble 24x7, Jaybird, the Canadian sensation. But looky here, Drew Zod, one of our earliest winners of the DraftStream game, has stormed back strong, with currently sitting in 4th, but only 8 points behind the money with G24. The homie sitting in 3rd. Henner YYZ also demands to be heard. And let me remind you all, it is still early. We're just getting started. We just had game lock. We have 4 exciting days of action, 3 more updates still to come. A lot can happen between now and Monday, 12 p.m. Pacific time. So let's get a look at these perfect call sheet. The perfect call sheet is 1,412 points. So quite a distance off where G24 is right now, but it's a good start. And to have the perfect call sheet, looks like you needed, well, it's the prototypical 811 construction, headliner, co-star, day player. You're going to need headliner stacks of Baroness von Sketch, David Byrne's American Utopia, Greenland, and then one headliner, Jisoo Kim from Blackpink. I'm not sure if that's your favorite Blackpink member, but she's the headliner from Blackpink. Light Up the Sky. And you all know that will definitely be a 3rd screen viewing experience for your boy, as I won't say I'm a K-pop fan, but I do admire those ladies. And I've got a little crush on Jennie Kim. What else? Oh, and then also a 3-pack of Star Trek Discovery, Season 3, coming in hot with, I believe it was a 100 rating from Rotten Tomatoes. Yes, 100 rating from Rotten Tomatoes and 73 from Metacritic so far. So, G24, once again weaving his non-optimized magic, going similarly with an 811, headliner stack Star Trek, an optimal stack of David Byrne, headliner stack of Clouds, and he also has Jisoo from Blackpink Light Up the Sky, and Daniel Mays, a headliner from Dez. Now, trailing only 6 points behind is Jaybird, the Canadian sensation, trying to regain his Canadian invasion form, similarly doing an 811, headliner stack Dez, headliner stack Star Trek, headliner stack totally under control. And let me tell you, I'm watching that right now. Actually, so in the hours-long process it takes to cobble together the master call sheet, on my 3rd monitor I have going on Totally Under Control, which is a documentary on basically the American coronavirus response. And of course, as you can imagine, it's a shit show. I mean, it's not even so much like they're going out of their way to bag on the Trump regime. It's just actual factuals. I mean, these guys were totally unprepared. They were never about the business of good governance. All they cared about was doing everything that was opposite of the Obama administration, which led us into having shortages of PPE. They try to make the free market become this thing for PPE. I mean, it's fucking ridiculous. And so I am actually glad to talk to you all, because after almost 2 hours of that, it's a little depressing and quite frankly enraging. But it's very good. I don't know if it's must-see TV. I mean, some of you all are probably COVID-19 out, but I like to know about these things. And when I'm working, it's easier to have a documentary on because I can mostly listen while I'm, doing other things like preparing this great game for you. But yeah, so yeah, as you can see, I already gave it an 8. Very solid documentary if you are into the behind the scenes of this thing, and it will infuriate you, especially Jared Kushner's role. Just what a fucking ass clown. All right. Anyways, so yes, so this actually, I think there's still room to grow for Totally Under Control. I believe it's missing a couple of scores. Oh, okay. So it's missing. It looks like it's missing its Google user score. So if that jumps up to, well, I don't know, maybe like a 90, then it could help some people out. It just might could. Oh, it would definitely help Jaybird out. Yeah, so we'll keep our eye on that for Jaybird and Totally Under Control. But I like his call sheet. It's going places. If it hasn't already started. G24's second call sheet. Rearranging the deck chairs a little bit. Gave himself an optimal stack of clouds. And for those of you who are new to the game, and shout out to our girl Ife Thomas, our community manager, putting in her first call sheet. Welcome, Ife. And she listed under Stranger 88. We'll get to her call sheet in just a moment. But an optimal stack is when you have 2 headliners, a co-star, and a day player of what you think will be the highest performing title. We call it an optimal stack because we've seen that usually when you have this type of kind of core in your call sheet, it tends to do well. If you pick the right title to go all optimal with. Let's see, and then Blackpink, Jisoo Kim, Star Trek Des, and David Byrne's American Utopia. All right, so yeah, so Ife's call sheet, Stranger 88. That's not strange. That is Stranger. It's you, girl. That is a. Well, God, I guess that has to be old school. I mean, it came out when I was in high school. It's like 30 years ago now. That's an old school boomerang callback, which is, of course, Ife and Mai's all-time favorite movie. Not open for discussion. It's just the best. So she has Jenny. Hey, Jenny. Jenny Kim from Blackpink. She has a 3-pack of clouds. Oh, and then she spreads the ball around. A headliner from David Byrne. Here now this is your first call sheet, Ife, and hopefully you'll play at least a few more so you get the hang of it. What you want to do, because of the incentive structure in this game and the bonus structure of these points, you pretty much can only get away with 1 day player in your call sheet. I'm not sure if we've had yet to date someone who's made the money, and you know, you are technically a Cinema Draft employee, you can't win any money, but we haven't had anyone place in the top 3, I don't believe, that's had more than 1 day player in their call sheet. So with these constructions, you want, and yeah, you have 3 day players, so you're pretty much dead in the water, because headliners automatically get a 40% bonus. So they're off their normal score, gets a 40% bonus. Co-stars get a 20% bonus, and then day players just get their points. So even some of the worst performing or average to middling performing co-stars and headliners from titles are still going to score more than having a second day player. It's just math. So moving forward, try to keep additional day players out of your call sheet construction. And of course, this is your first call sheet, so no harm, no foul, just rookie mistake. But yeah, you try to keep it to 1 day player maximum. We're all about these bonus points right here. So David Byrne's Utopia, La Revolution. And actually, that keeps throwing me. This is actually the French Revolution. So La Revolution. There we go. I think that's how you say it. Anyways, social distance. Yeah, this is the big. This is the sampler pack. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh my! I don't think have we seen 8 in a call sheet before? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wow! Way to play point guard, Ife. I mean, Stranger. Yeah, So we'll, and where does that leave you? Yeah, 11:43:51. I am predicting a lower half finish for you, but thank you for submitting your call sheet. We appreciate your data. And thank all of you guys this week. We have 20 call sheets. It's been a while since we had such a crowded field. I like it. I like it. All right. And Drew Zod, what does he need to do to close the gap? And how far back is he? Oh, wow. Only 8 points. Okay, only 8 points out of the money. Only 18 points out of first. So let's not limit his potential. Let's see what he needs to win this thing. Drew Zod, aka the homie Julian Smith. What up, Pasadena? Or LA in your case, I think. And yep, Jenny Kim. We heart her. Headliner stack from Clouds. A optimal stack from Greenland. Okay. And look at his value out of Greenland. 9,000 gets you 125 points as a co-star. 8,500 day player, 104.5. And then 10K as a headliner will get you 146. That's 14x. 14.6x value right there. So, and what's also interesting about this play, too, is I don't think a lot of people have Greenland on their call sheets. So this is what this goes to a little concept called ownership, which we haven't really been able to express adequately in the game yet because I haven't figured out how to do the Excel spreadsheet in a smart enough way to show ownership. But it's a concept, meaning basically if someone has a lot of one actor or one title, if everyone else has the same amount of that actor or title, then they basically cancel each other out. So if someone uses a lower owned title or set of actors, then because there's lower ownership, if they perform just as well or better, then they can go around that logjam of everybody who's got, let's say, Clouds. Clouds seems to be popular this week. If everyone's over-indexing on Clouds, then the person who's got Greenland can sneak right on by with as good or a better score because they are lower owned. Now, ownership's really not going to come too much into play with only 20 call sheets in our game right now, but when we release this thing as a web app sometime next month, fingers crossed, and we start scaling up and getting more and more players on the platform, ownership is going to become a legitimate thing. You're going to want to try to figure out how you can score the most points possible using the least amount of money and using actors and titles that are lesser owned. All right, and let's see. So we go back to Drew Zod. So we like the Greenland headliner stack of Star Trek Discovery and the perfect weapon. Right now, just the default score, and that's what's going to be a bit of a game changer for you. Perfect weapon. I believe this is a documentary about social media. Cyber conflict. Okay, the rise of cyber conflict is the primary way nations now compete and sabotage each other. Okay, so I think this also covers the Sony hack. So I am all in. I love me a good, conspiracy theory and maybe not so much a conspiracy theory, but I do like all this cyber warfare stuff. This is definitely going to cover the Sony hack that released all those emails. I think some people got fired behind it. I think it also leaked people's nudes. Not cool. People suspect North Korea was behind that, I believe. So yeah, cyber terrorism. I'm about that. Streams on HBO Max, so I guess it might be available midnight tonight, I think. So looking forward to seeing that. So yes, that's definitely gonna help. So I don't know, guys. I don't know. It's at a default score right now. Now documentaries, especially on HBO, could be HBO Max, or is that HBO or HBO Max? I think it's HBO. Anyways, documentaries on HBO can kind of be hit or miss, but all it takes is one good IMDb score, and watch what happens to our boy Drew Zod here. Bam, he is right up in it. So like an 8.2. Okay, fine. 8.4. Just that one score puts him in the lead. So, I mean, I think it's going to be covered a little bit more. Although the lack of advanced reviews is troubling. This seems like the type of thing that HBO wouldn't care if people had advanced reviews, or they wouldn't really embargo it, the reviews to come out before it debuts. So I don't know. So I'm thinking it's going to largely depend on audience scores, on user scores, which is what we aim for in this game anyways. Because the 60% bonus to the audience, we really do care more about the audience reception. So this thing gets like an 8.2 and like a 75. I mean, Druzad is in the lead for show. Henner YYZ, welcome back. Took a week off last week, but back in effect. And he has got headliner stack of Blackpink. Yes, I'm feeling it. That 98 score they got from Google user scores is very promising. Very promising. And was it 8.2? Yeah, 8.2 from IMDb. Looking very good, ladies. Optimal stack of David Byrne's American Utopia. I like it. Good value here too. That's, you know, the cost savings he got from this helped offset the big ticket items of the Kim sisters, I guess. And Doug Jones from Star Trek Discovery. And then Totally Under Control. Yeah, I like this call sheet, Henry YYZ. I like this call sheet, Henry. Perfect Weapon's going to help you out, definitely. I think Totally Under Control still has some legs to it. And everyone loves David Byrne's Utopia, so I guess all it really needs now are audience reviews, right? Does it have user reviews yet? Oh, okay, it has some, but 99, not quite yet a statistically relevant sample size, so we'll probably see that number move. And of course Blackpink, which I think is already, I'm not sure there's gonna be much movement with Blackpink. It came out on the 14th, so essentially today's Thursday, so essentially Tuesday night, midnight. And so I think so the cake is kind of baked with this. Once again, hating ass Metacritic, just not giving these girls their flowers. But I think the cake is kind of baked with these because it's been out for about 2 or 3 days now. I mean, we'll see. Maybe this could pick up a little higher. 98, you can't get much better than that on Google user scores. So in this case, you're not exactly paying for value. You're paying because it is the highest scoring title in the pool right now. What else? And you know, shout out to Red Ibis. She's back. My girl Deidre. And she also has good exposure to Totally Under Control, a 3-pack. When the Storm Fades, interesting. It's a little slow out the gate, but we'll see if it picks up some scores over the weekend. Martin Eden, interesting. A little just above value here, looks like. Evil Eye. Blackpink, Baron. This is another one where she's spreading the ball around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 titles. So this week it looks like spreading the ball around might not get you there, Deidre, but you are not in the bottom and not even going for a low ball. So this is a good start for you. Of course, Brown Baby, the mascot, Claudette Jackson, aka the Draft Mom. What you up to this week, Draft Mom? 3-pack of Clouds, headliner stack of Dez, a 2-pack headliner and co-star of Martin Eden. Okay. The Perfect Weapon, I like it. You've got room to grow. And then Star Trek Discovery, which is very decent value, almost 15x. So I like the start. I think the Perfect Weapon is going to do well for you as well. But you are almost 90 points off the pace. Ain't much better than me, but in my defense, well, actually no. Well, my second call sheet, my first call sheet up here. Let me show you what I'm working with. So I am over relying on Clouds. Clouds actually, It's not bad, but it's also not great. This Metacritic score hurts. We're gonna need Google user score to help us. Now, IMDb is really hot at 91. If we got, say, like an 88, am I in the game? 1374. That would put me third. So I would be in the game. Yeah, so we're gonna keep our eye on that Google user score. We need it. We need it. This might be a case of, once again, I'm a grower, not a shower. I'm not gonna show you all my cards up front, and I'm gonna need to develop over the course of the weekend in order to stay competitive. But yeah, but this is actually a decent call sheet, my mare. Not so sure about this Martin Eden though, but I like the fact you've got some room to grow with the perfect weapon, but you also need some help with clouds too. So we all need some help this weekend. It's early. It's Thursday. And so let's bring us in for a landing real quick. The low ball perfect call sheet. Keeping helping of Hellstrom. This is actually Marvel's Hellstrom. This is supposed to be part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe or whatever. And it's gotten terrible reviews. Look at 59.25. A full 10 points below the default score. Social distance is slow out the gate as well. And the perfect weapon, this isn't going to stay here. This is just because it doesn't have a score yet. But at the moment, it matches Jaybird perfectly. Jaybird has the perfect call sheet at the moment. Although, interesting, he actually... Oh, this is interesting. He does not have the... Well, he has the perfect call sheet, but it's a little bit different for him. He has a default score from La Revolution, which actually I think is smarter because I don't think it's going to get covered nearly enough. I actually watched a trailer, and I think they tweeted, I think Netflix tweeted out the trailer. And it looked fine. It looked interesting. I might fuck with it. But it's foreign. The Netflix fire hose. I mean, I guess critics can only focus on so much, so I think it might miss critical review. It's kind of up in the air whether audiences will watch it. So we'll just have to keep our eye on this one. So this is very smart. 3-pack of social distance and a 6-pack of Hellstrom. Now, I am only 4 points behind, damn it. If I win the low ball, then I'm taking the $15. I'm rolling into the talent pool, into the prize pool for next week. So root for me! Root for me. And I also have La Revolution. The difference is I've got more on social distance. I've got one more social distance in exchange for his Hellstrom. And that's why I trail by 4 measly points. Alright, so thanks everybody for playing. Thanks everybody for watching. We're going to be back here on Saturday, sometime after 12 p.m. Pacific time. Saturday Estimates Update. We'll see you back here on Saturday.